The sun was setting over the city park, casting long golden shadows across the grass. Alina, lean and toned in her designer athletic wear, checked her reflection on her phone screen before turning to her best friend, Sarah. Sarah was sitting on the bench, smoothing out her floral dress. She had a soft round face and a bright smile, but that smile faltered when Alina spoke. "I'm just telling you this because I love you, Sarah," Alina said, her voice dripping with a faint concern. "Well, look at us. I work so hard to stay fit. Who is honestly going to love you when you're well this fat? Men want someone they can show off, not someone who takes up the whole sidewalk." The words hit Sarah like a physical blow. She had always struggled with her confidence, but hearing her best friend confirm her deepest fears was too much. Tears welled up in her eyes and began to spill over her cheeks. She looked down at her hands, feeling small despite her size. I should go," Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. As Alina stood there, satisfied with her honesty, a tall, handsome man named Julian stepped out from the nearby path. He had been walking his dog and had caught the tail end of the conversation. His eyes weren't on Alina's gym-honed physique, they were fixed on Sarah. He walked straight up to the bench. "Excuse me," Julian said, his voice deep and warm. "I couldn't help but notice you from across the lawn. I think you have the most beautiful smile I've seen all day, and I'd love to take you out for coffee sometime." Sarah looked up stunned, her face still wet with tears. Elena's jaw dropped. She sputtered, "You're joking, right?" Julian didn't even glance at Alina. He stayed focused on Sarah. "I'm very serious. You're stunning." Sarah, feeling a spark of hope she hadn't felt in years, wiped her eyes and nodded. "I'd like that." Over the next few months, Sarah and Julian became inseparable. He didn't just love her, he adored her. He showered her with gifts, not just jewelry and clothes, but books she loved and flowers for no reason. Most importantly, he gave her his time and respect. When Sarah expressed a desire to feel stronger and more energetic, Julian didn't judge her. Instead, he became her biggest cheerleader. "Let's do it together," he said. They started going to the gym as a team. He wasn't there to change her, but to support her journey towards self. With his encouragement, the weight began to melt away, revealing a version of Sarah that glowed from the inside out. Meanwhile, Alina watched from the sidelines, her heart curdling with jealousy. She was well-fitted, yet she was lonely. Every man she met seemed shallow or uninterested in a real connection. Seeing Sarah, the girl she used to mock living a fairy tale, was unbearable. Alina decided to take matters into her own hands. She began showing up where Julian and Sarah hung out, wearing her tightest outfits, laughing too loudly and trying to catch Julian's eye. She tried to seduce him with lingering touches and suggestive comments, but Julian remained a fortress of loyalty. He saw right through her. "You're wasting your time, Alina," Julian said one afternoon when she cornered him at the juice bar. "I love Sarah for who she is, and I saw her beauty long before she lost a single pound. Character is something you can't build at the gym." Frustrated and desperate, Alina came to a bizarre conclusion. If Julian loved Sarah when she was heavy, then he must have a type. She decided that her fitness was the problem. She stopped exercising and began eating everything in sight, purposefully gaining weight in a frantic bid to steal his affection. But as the pounds added up, Julian's gaze never shifted. He and Sarah got engaged on a mountaintop. They had hiked together. Sarah was now fit, radiant, and more beautiful than ever, not because of the scale, but because she was loved. Alina ended up alone, in her apartment, staring at photos of the happy couple. She had sacrificed her health and her friendship for a vanity she never truly understood. She was left heavy in body and even heavier in heart, finally realizing that beauty was never about the size of the waist, but the soul within.